What's going on, my fellow collectors? Jim here with another figure review. Tonight let's take a look at the Marvel Legends Invincible Iron Man from the Black Panther wave. This is the one that does not come with the Build-A-Figure piece, but it's an interesting looking Iron Man, so I wanted to go ahead and pick him up. Packaging is what we've seen before. We do get the Legend series Invincible Iron Man. He is displayed behind the window. You do have a little Iron Man helmet symbol on the top here, bottom of the packaging. On both sides you do have this cool little comic book art. On the back you do have the promotional pictures along with all of the other figures that you can get within this wave to build the Build-A-Figure. But yeah, that's the packaging. Let's go ahead and crack this Iron Man open and take a... Okay, and here he is out of the packaging along with everything that we do get with this figure, which is a good little bit of stuff here. We do get two kind of, repulse effects here, so that's pretty cool. And these are actually done in two separate pieces, so you can actually kind of spin this top part. They are a little bit warped out of the packaging. That's a little bit, annoying. But we do get nice translucent, plastic, and we get a nice blue color with this. I do have the one that we got with the Homecoming 2-pack, and you can see that we don't really get like the frosted look with the white on this one, but it is the exact same effect. So you do get two of those. You do have two fists which come on them out of the packaging, or actually out of the packaging you get one of each on both sides, but then you kind of have two repulse blast hands as well. And these look really cool. I actually really like the look of these. I like how we have this kind of silver design going around the blue circle in the middle, and then we have the gold for the fingers. So that looks really, really cool. We do have this kind of blaster gun that goes on his arm. And I mean, the sculpt is there, but it's lacking with paint quite a bit. There really is no paint. It kind of has that like marbling effect going to it. But you just kind of pop this on his forearm, which is easier said than done. But the effects do fit in here as well, so you can have them, blasting that off. So that's pretty cool. And then we do have a unmasked head sculpt. And this turned out really nice. I like the look of this. It's got a pretty decent skin tone on it. I do like the sculpting of the hair. And it does make for a nice little unmasked head sculpt. And for the, a comic book Tony Stark. Now the figure itself, I can't say I'm a huge fan of it. And I have no idea what the story is on this guy because I'm not up to date on comic books whatsoever. But, I do like the design of it. I'm not crazy about the helmet design of it, but I mean the overall look of it is cool. It's another Iron Man to add to the shelf, and we get some nice sculpting. The red on it is kind of like that marbling plastic going on, but it doesn't look too bad. But I mean the head sculpt overall looks okay. I'm just not personally crazy about the design, but we do get some nice blue painted for the eyes. And he does have a little bit of like gray going on for the neck, so that's cool. Of course you have the arc reactor, which is painted fairly clean, and then you get really nice sculpt work throughout the rest of it, and you do have these hints of gold everywhere, so that is pretty cool. I'm not a fan of the feet either. The feet just look way too big, like way too wide. But we do get some nice gold, paint on the bottoms. It does have two peg holes, and like the shape of it just looks weird to me for some reason. But I mean, overall, like the silhouette of them is really nice. And we get some nice sculpted, sculpt work on the back. So that looks really cool. Kind of some sloppy paint here and there, but, And the fist hands have that really kind of cool design. Like, I wish they would have, had more going on, like more gray line work or something. I think would have really made the figure pop, but they are keeping it true to how he looks in the comic books. Now as far as articulation, it's pretty much what we're used to. You do have your ball joint with the hinge. You can get them looking up, so that's awesome for flight poses. You can get them looking down. Of course you have full rotation. You don't really get any side to side. The arms do hinge out about that much. They will swivel all the way around. There is a bicep swivel. You do have a double jointed elbow, which brings it up about that much. And then of course you do have the swivel and the hinge on the hands. You do have ab crunch that gives like one click forward, a couple clicks back. You do have a waist swivel, which mine was really stuck. It took a lot of force to break that open. But you do have a waist swivel. Legs go out about that much. Kick forward. You can pretty much bring them all the way around. They will kick at an angle. Same thing going back. You do have a thigh cut. You have double jointed knees, which give you about that much range. And then you do have the hinge for the feet, which are really tight and have some detents in them, but you can get them back, you know, really good. Get them formed really good. And you do have the pivot. So, I mean, overall, it's pretty decent articulation for this Ironman. You're going to be able to get him in some pretty cool poses. As far as the Tony Stark comic book head, it takes a little bit of force to get it on the ball joint, but, you know, it does look good on the figure proportionally. So you can have him, you know, holding his helmet, so that's really cool. And as far as interchanging the hands, it's pretty easy. It's just a peg. You can pop one of the repulsor blast hands in, and the effects will fit in the hands, so that's cool. And they will even fit in the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So nice options with that. As far as how tall Iron Man is, looks like he is a little bit under 6¼ inches tall. And as far as some comparisons, if he doesn't fall over on me, here's the Iron Man from the Homecoming. So you can see them two stand pretty much about the same height. And here's another Marvel Legends Iron Man that I do have in the collection. So that gives you a little size comparison as far as what he will look like on the shelf. But I mean, at the end of the day, if he stands up, which he does, just those detents in the hinge on the feet are kind of crazy. At the end of the day, it is a cool looking Iron Man for the shelf. You do get the nice, you know, unmasked head. You get the little rocket cannon if you do like that. And then you do get 2 more effects. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's a pretty cool little figure. I'm glad that I did pick him up. It's going to make a nice addition to the collection. But yeah, that's a look at the Marvel Legends Invincible Iron Man from the comic book. But yeah, that's the review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next figure review.